It's the 22nd of June, 1941. Operation Barbarossa is set into full swing. At the time, it seemed as though the Soviet Union teetered on the brink. Millions of Red Army soldiers were encircled in the great castles of Minsk and Kiev. And by the winter of 1941, German scouts could see the spires of the Kremlin through their binoculars. But the Soviet colossus did not crumble. It bled. It retreated. And it moved its entire industrial heart behind the Ural Mountains. By 1943, the Soviet Union was producing armor at a rate the Reich couldn't match. In the summer of July 1943, the stage was set for the Battle of Kursk, the largest tank engagement in human history. Meanwhile, on the other side of Europe, the Allied Operation Husky was about to get into full swing. It was to be a large blow to the Axis alliance, finally opening up a Western front in Europe and relieving the Soviets. But it would not end well for the Allies, as SS Sturmbannführer Karl Nishizumi of the 1st SS Panzer Division Leibstandarte Adolf Hitler in his heavy tank brigade meant for the hell of the Kursk salient were instead offloaded in Sicily. Due to a singular communication breakdown among commanders, while they were refueling in the Sicilian interior, the first Allied boots hit the sand at Gela, and what followed was a so-called massacre. His so-called Nishizumi style didn't just hold the line, it broke the Allied momentum, as the Sicilian hills became a graveyard for Allied armor, and the political dominoes failed to fall. Mussolini remained in power over the Kingdom of Italy, and in the east, the German High Command was then forced to adopt a backhand blow strategy, fighting a mobile, defensive war that prevented the disastrous Soviet breakthroughs of late 43. For his actions in the dust of Gela, in the hills of the Sicilian interior, Karl Nishizumi became the most decorated tanker of the era, and by the end of the war, he was personally awarded the Knight's Cross with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds, and a Star of the General Cross of the Iron Cross. In the Reich, he was heralded as the Shield of the South, and his so-called Nishizumi style would be known by all tankers for decades to come. The man who single-handedly salvaged the Axis alliance from the brink of collapse. His face adorned posters from Rome to Berlin, a symbol of the invincible cooperation between the European powers. By June 6, 1944, the D-Day landings in Normandy were met with redirected veteran divisions that should have been in Italy, resulting in a bloody, inconclusive stalemate in the hedgerows of France. By 1945, the world was hemorrhaging. The Soviet Union, exhausted and overextended, halted its advance at the Vistula. The United States, facing a public weary of endless casualty lists from a stalled Europe, looked for an exit. On April 28, 1946, the guns finally fell silent. Not because of surrender, but because of realization. The Stockholm Accord was signed, cementing a white peace that left the German Empire with more land than it started with, securing the living space they wished for in the East. A fascist Italy that became a strong and trustworthy country for their Axis allies, and a world shivering in the first breaths of bitter three-way Cold War. The capitalists in the West, the communists in the East, and the fascists, right dead in the center. Due to Karl Nishizumi's legendary Nishizumi style, it would see a school built in his honor in 1949, near the ruins of Black Peak Forest in Berlin, Germany. Due to his grandfather being Japanese and the Axis relationship between the countries, the school would be named Kuromorimine High School for the gifted and talented, and would become one of the major players in the newly established sport senshadou. Nishizumi would become the principal and teach senshadou to the new generation, until his mysterious suicide 2 decades after the war had ended in 1966, which would leave his newly born daughter, Shiho Nishizumi, a massive heritage and legacy left behind for her. Shiho would eventually grow up and take over the school as soon as she turned 18. Due to her almost DNA-level connection with tanks, she even surpassed her father in the field at the age of 12, as some would believe. 7 decades would pass, and the Axis alliance would hold firm in this three-way Cold War. Germany would become the first country to produce atomic bombs, making it the ultimate deterrence to make sure no large-scale European conflict would happen again. Time would march on, and Shiho would step down as principal in 2005, replaced by a man known only as Kitano. He was part of the Führer's secret service before he would mysteriously be appointed principal by Shiho after stepping down. After he became principal, Kuromorimine would go on and have a massive winning streak in the annual senshadou competitions for 7 whole years, when it suddenly came to a sudden stop in 2012, almost 70 years after the war. It would all come crashing down because of a single high school tournament. Something horrific in this tournament would be discovered that had been happening for the past 7 years, when Kuromorimine was dominating the senshadou competitions, and it would lead to the end of the Third Reich once and for all, with the Nishizumi name at the center of attention once again.
Continue from where we left off, Miho. So this is when you told your friends about the true nature of your reason for leaving Kuromorimine so suddenly. What made you do this? To make sure everyone was on the same page for the finals?
Yes, that's true.
It must have affected your psyche quite a lot for you to leave your home country and move to the other side of the world. But still you remain as composed as ever in public. Back then, you even used the knowledge of the dead camps in your match against Katyusha to your advantage, correct?
All I did was tell Kuromorimine that Katyusha was getting suspicious about where all the POWs went for the past 7 years, and that she was secretly investigating the matter.
I guess while I have your attention, there's something I need to inform you about. It's about Pravda, and what they may already know about the past 7 years.
What?
I knew if I told her that, Kuromorimine would most likely intervene during the semi-finals when they were facing us, to make sure that the information doesn't spread to the public. Who knows what Pravda might have pulled in the finals if we didn't win. That's why Katyusha was so determined to wipe out Kuromorimine. She wanted them powerless before the finals, and would sacrifice as many students as she saw fit to make that happen.
So you were certain that Katyusha had found out about these camps?
Although at the time it was a gamble, I'm certain that she must have found out by the way she was acting in the match.
Comrade Katyusha! What is this? Is this what they've been doing for the past 7 years?
Is this the level you'll stoop to?
Kuromorimine.
You'll pay dearly for making a mockery of the motherland!
So I believe that this means you must have been officially informed by your principal about what was going on, correct?
Yes, they showed us everything. And that's why I abandoned Kuromorimine so suddenly, of my own accord. I was so stupid to run away. For my sister, for my dear friends.
Welcome, tank commanders of Kuromorimine. My name is Kitano. I'm the director of this facility, and also technically your principal. Although we here are not as glamorous as you students, we too are also working hard every day to rid the world of Bolsheviks. Today, we'd like you to take a look at what we've achieved. You must have smelled it before you even got here. There's nothing we could do to prevent this. Don't worry, your sense of smell will quickly become paralyzed. We even eat here after all.
Listen, what you're about to see is something neither normal students nor parents know about. But since you shoulder the future of our school, you all must understand what this means.
Jawohl. Lad.
Yeah, we couldn't bury those ones fast enough. We're having a little storage trouble right now. But still, the smell's so intense. It's stinging my eyes.
It's because when burnt bodies decay, they produce gases.
You permit drinking during work hours.
The conditions here are awful, so drinking is allowed. People who don't drink quickly go insane from a nervous breakdown.
Sveshta, that girl. She's one of Pravda's tank crew members that surrendered to us.
I don't remember her at all. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. I'm good at remembering people's names and faces.
Like so. They get sent here in the morning, and after we make them work for a day, we kill them. And then the next morning, we then choose the new workers.
So you don't need any food or beds. Very efficient.
By the way, what happened to the commanders that came with you?
They're all crying over there.
I don't blame them. People who visit here, both men and women, always end up like that on their first day.
That was the day I decided to run away from my school, from my sister, from senshadou.
Does this mean you don't condone your principal's action?
Of course I don't condone it.
Then why did you run away? Why did you leave your country? Why did you switch schools? Why did you turn your back on all your friends and comrades?
I was scared, okay? I was only in high school at the time. I didn't know what I could do about it, and I definitely didn't want to contribute to it. And there was an easy way out. Due to my Japanese heritage and the connections with Axis Japan and my school, I easily made the switch without thinking too much about it. I didn't want to be involved in a killing game any longer, and I thought maybe my friends would follow after me. But
they didn't, did they? They stayed loyal to their country to the very end. But you were different. Do you remember what you did to the Russian POWs from your match against Pravda?
yes, I released them all. I wanted to prove I was not like my old school, that enough killing had already happened.
All right, you can all come out. Our school's releasing you all. You can return to Pravda and your homes.
Alright. Do you really think we'll forgive you for leading Comrade Katyusha to her death by using dirty, cheating tactics? We strongly reject your compassion.
Oh, I see. I just came to open the gate because I was told to. If you prefer to stay here, feel free.
Shut up, political commissars. We're not like
They're
you.
letting us out. Don't say anything stupid.
We're all grateful of ORI.
Now
let's get out of here.
Back down, Bolshevik dogs.
What did you say, you bastards? Wait!
I just don't feel satisfied.
It's all right, Kawashima. This was Nishizumi's earnest wish after all. Now, coming up next...
We've got the finals.
If only their lives had been spared also.
Moving on. what did you know about Operation
I wasn't aware that there was such a large-scale military operation being conducted by multiple nations. All I knew was that no country wanted Kuromorimine to keep dominating senshadou.
At the time, I wasn't in the know. That's why I was so frustrated. Maybe if I knew, I wouldn't have sent Elisa to her death. But I had a grand plan for the tournament that involved us leaving early and pulling back. I couldn't have even fathomed at the time that we actually made a pact with the Soviet Union for the Air Force to bomb the hell out of Berlin during the finals. It was a necessity looking back to stop all that unnecessary killing they were doing.
And what did you think the aftermath would be?
Oh, gee. It got me thinking. No more Nazi Germany. No more Iron Curtain. But then I realized it was just the beginning of a new Cold War, and a more intense one between only two powerful nations. The Krauts weren't the only evil ones. Every country participating in that so-called sport and allowing the circumstances are to blame as well.
I never thought this would happen. To think the higher-ups would go that far.
Apparently, the Krauts were doing some nasty shit behind closed doors with Russian POWs from tournaments. I think they have this coming eventually.
It seems they dragged the whole population of Berlin with them also.
I'm guessing our withdrawal was to make sure we don't have to face Pravda. They must have something big planned for the finale. Axe gone and done it. Tricky things like these aren't my style.
I wonder how the world will react to this.
The world as we knew it isn't gonna exist after this.
You and your team at the time had no idea the weight that was on your shoulders going into this final match. Tell me, what was the morale like amongst your comrades before the match?
Morale? Like how we were feeling? Well, it was okay, it was fine. Everyone, got along with each other, yeah. We definitely didn't think we'd come back alive after all.
Wow! So this is Berlin. Master Nishizumi's hometown. I've seen this place so many times in tag magazines. It looks exactly the same.
We finally made it!
I bet Mom and Dad weren't expecting the competition to be like this. I bet Mom will probably be angry, rather than sad. It's punishment for playing war games. I know. Since we're not allowed to make contact with the outside world, I'll leave a message on my cell phone. Dear Mom and Dad, please forgive me, or I will be passing before you both. Please put the models I have in the closet alongside me in my coffin. That's not right. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna win tomorrow.
Hey, Yukari?
Yes? Oh, sorry. Was I noisy?
No. Can I come into your futon?
Well, what? Sure. She's shaking.
Isn't it shameful? I don't want to die. I don't want any of us to die. I'm so scared of tomorrow's match and letting everyone down.
That's normal. Everyone's scared of dying and letting you down.
So, I thought if I could sleep next to someone, just for tonight, I'll be able to relax a little.
Master Nishizumi!
Please, Yukari, just call me Miho. Treat me like a normal girl.
Miho has two faces. One is her face as a commander, where she's excellent, calm, daring, and even unfeeling. It's possibly the face she's been showing to her mother and her older sister. The other one is this really quiet face of a bullied child. This must be Miho's true face.
Do you remember when we kissed a few days ago?
Huh? Are those two queers finally going at each other? Well, I did hear that your sexual desires increase when your life's put in danger.
Prez.
Ooh, what's up, Kawashima? Why so serious?
I might not be able to return alive tomorrow. Just for tonight. Even just for a little bit. Can we sleep together?
Calm down, Kawashima! We're both girls, remember? Huh? The president needs to be prepared to accept her subordinate's feelings wholeheartedly. I don't care if it's with a handsome guy anymore. Mako, scooch over. Let's sleep all hugging each other tonight.
Erin, can I come over there? Yeah. What the hell? I always thought they were a bunch of weirdos, but are only normal ones here in the automotive club? I heard there's always homosexuality in the military.
The weather is dull and overcast. Finally, it's match day. But I'm surprisingly relaxed. The crushing nervousness I had earlier is gone. Yeah, just because we're in a bad situation doesn't mean their spirits need to sink as well. Actually, we need to be cheerful in times like these. That's what Miho taught me. Morning, Miho. Are you properly relaxed? Maybe I'll touch your boobs or something this morning.
Yukari, quit fucking fooling around! Do you really think we can beat Kuromorimine like this? Clench your damn teeth!
I'm so sorry, Miss Ichigumi!
Huh? Nipperin's really into it this morning.
It's the hierarchy of two bullied girls.
People of Ora Girls High School, it's time. Please get going.
Leaflets? That's Kuromorimine.
What's this? It's like the alphabet with dots.
It's German. There's also an English translation at the bottom. People of WWII Girls High School. Our school advises that you surrender to us. Even in a match, we do not wish to cause any unnecessary casualties. We will not harm the ones who abandon the battle and surrender. In addition, we will not confiscate personal items, and you will be imprisoned together with your friends until the competition is over. Later, you will all be released, and we guarantee that you will be able to return to your homes.
That means...
If we surrender, we'll be able to go home without fighting. This stinks. Indeed. This is an enemy scheme. It's a conventional tactic to lower the morale of your opponents. How could they say this after none of their prisoners ever came back?
Nuts! Don't underestimate us, Kuromorimine!
I feel like, on the inside, everyone was secretly tempted by the offer. Some more so than others. And one team even took the offer just before the match started.
Did you feel betrayed by this?
No, not at all. If that's the path they chose, then so be it. I would already know how they would end up. I was more concerned about the firepower we were losing.
Sayori, the Porsche Tiger's lagging behind. Can you ask what's wrong?
This is Anglerfish! Leopold, are you having problems? Over!
Right, just what we need right now. The shitty engine to break down again.
Sorry, everyone.
What?
We decided to accept Kuromorimine's offer and surrender.
I wish we could all surrender together, but it seemed like that wasn't gonna happen. We can't do this anymore. We're just normal students who only joined because we just so happen to know how to maintain vehicles. I know we got no right to say this, but we're all praying for your victory.
Hey, you bastards! Don't be so fucking selfish! You know we can't afford to lose a single unit!
We're losing an 88
Hello,
mil.
Leopold team!
I wish this was a
respond.
fucking joke.
What'll we do, Miho? Go back and negotiate?
No, the match is about to start. We'd be in Kuromorimines range. I respect your thoughtful decision. When the evacuation vehicle arrives, follow their instructions.
Gunshots. From the city? What an incredible sound. I wonder how the battle's going. Well, let's hope everyone will be alright.
Alright, a different group's in charge of the zone ahead, so we'll get you onto another truck. Everyone out, face forward and form a line.
It's funny how they're transferring us here. It's so like the Germans. They're always so precise and straight-laced.
Keep coming, and stop right there.
What's wrong, Chico? Everyone, run!
Is she the only one who realized and started running straight away? She's a smart one. Hopefully it's the last time we'll ever need to do this.
Tell me, Miho, did you have any regrets?
I regret not being stronger. Not being able to save my friends. And I regret not taking out Kitano when I had the chance.
A chance to take out Kitano?
I still remember it clearly. The day I ran into him. That would be the last day I saw him. Fucking bastard. I'm sure he's 6 feet under now. But it took way too long to happen.
That will be $14.88. Is that cash or credit?
Kitano? Why the fuck are you working here after changing your name? It's me, you bastard! Nishizumi of Kuromorimine's 12th SS Panzer Division. You remember me from when we visited your camp, right?
Please don't make a scene. People have their reasons.
Reasons? Yes, of course! But what was the fucking reason behind changing the tournament rules from Nashiki to Kushiki?
Sorry, could you take my place?
Wait, this is you in this photo. Look, Kitano, why the fuck are you putting on sunglasses? Tell me why you changed the rules. All of my friends. Kitano! Come back here, you bastard, Kitano! Do you remember the smell of that death camp? I can still remember it. Kitano! Kitano!
I appreciate you agreeing to be a part of this, despite your busy schedule, Miss Akaboshi. Being one of the surviving members from Kuromorimine's tank crews on that day, how was the morale between your comrades before the match?
Well, at first the morale was not quite there, since we didn't know if Miho would be able to compete with us. We all knew there was more going on with this match than what met the eye, so we were all a bit wary. None of us were aware in the beginning either about a sudden rule change, but we had no choice but to perform at our utmost proficiency the whole tournament and make it to the finals. The Führer was particularly angsty about winning this tournament for some reason, but our poor Miho was still in the hospital.
All right, I'll be off now. Don't worry, we'll surely regain the trophies that was taken from us by Pravda last year.
Kommandantin Erika, will Kommandantin Nishizumi be leading us?
No. She won't even be able to enter, let alone take the lead. We'll have to take her off the roster, unfortunately.
But how could we not have Kommandantin Nishizumi's leadership for the final? Our opponents have our ace that has destroyed 150 tanks. Commandant Miho, who is said to surpass her older sister when it comes to unit tactics.
At this point, everyone started freaking out.
The enemy Commandanta clearly has a better track record in Koshiki. Will we win against the Nishizumi style with Erika-san's leadership? All the members who were experienced in Koshiki at Kuromorimine are now gone after our battle last year with Pravda. Even if the school wins with superior numbers and firepower, if you die, it's all over for you.
I couldn't stand my friends being like this. I had to do something. Anything in order to raise the morale of my friends.
And what did you do?
I sang.
Abstürmt oder schneit, ob die Sonne uns lacht.
Der Tag glühend heiß oder eiskalt die Nacht. Bestürzen
at all?
Of course not. I loved my friends, and I loved our school, and I loved our country. And if this was to be the end of it all, I had to make sure we wouldn't go easy.
Stop! Stop! Ugh, leave me alone!
Sing.
Ja, unser Sinn!
Lauter.
Es brust unser Panzer im Sturmwind dahin.
After knowing what happened, would you still follow the Fuhrer?
To save my friends, I would do it all over again. Yeah, I would. I regret nothing. I would still follow him. For my friends. And family.
It's time.
Heute wollen wir marschieren, einen neuen Marsch probieren. In dem schönen Westerwald, ja, da pfeift der Wind so kalt. In dem schönen Westerwald, ja, da pfeift der Wind so kalt. Oh, du schöner Westerwald, über deine Höhen pfeift der Wind so kalt, jedoch der kleinste Sonnenschein drückt tief ins Herz hinein. Oh,